Today's Market Minute, let's talk about how the presidential election could affect property. Hey everyone, this is Grenier, and by now, obviously you've heard the outcome of the election. So, obviously we know what the positions are for Donald Trump when it comes to immigration and foreign policy and all that good stuff. However, one of the things that they didn't really talk about a lot during the election is real estate. What are they going to do with property taxes? What are they going to do with making property easier to obtain from the average middle class person? Now, one of the things that Donald Trump has said in the past recently, which could affect property in a negative way, is his feeling about the Fed and the interest rates. He said many times that obviously the interest rates are too low and that it's time for Jen Yellen to increase the rates, and obviously she and him don't necessarily have the best relationship right now. So it could be one of the main things that he discusses recently in his economic plan is to increase the overall rate by the Fed, which in turn would increase mortgage rates in the long run, and that would obviously make it a little bit more difficult or expensive for people to buy property on a mortgage. Now, if that were to happen, it would have a slew of effects, positively on a handful of things, but obviously negatively on a handful of things as well too, just like any other political decision that's ever made. However, when it comes to strictly talking about property and mortgages, higher interest rates are going to mean higher mortgage rates, which would cost more in the long run. One of the things, obviously, that Donald Trump has also said, which fingers crossed that he follows through on, is cutting taxes for the middle class, making it easier for small businesses to hire more people, cutting the red tape. That's going to really help them expand in the long run, hire more employees, increase their wages, which obviously the more money and the more cash in the pocket the middle class has, the more likely they are to buy their first home, hopefully buy a second home, invest in real estate, and really kind of, capture the American dream just like everybody wants. Obviously, everybody is very hopeful that Donald Trump does positive things for the economy. Positive things for the economy will obviously lead to opportunity for the middle class people to buy more property. Obviously, Donald Trump made his fortune and he really got his beginnings and built his empire through real estate, buying and selling property all around the world, commercial, residential, and everything in between. So obviously that's where his kind of roots are. So hopefully he focuses in on some type of new and exciting venture that's going to make real estate hopefully easier to be purchased through first-time home buyers, hopefully make it a little bit more enticing for people to invest in real estate, and a slew of other things that really just provides more of an opportunity for the middle class to own their own home. So those are just a few things that Donald Trump could do, could not do, might not, who knows. They're all politicians at the end of the day. You never quite know until it's actually done. So fingers crossed that everything works out positively for the property market, as I'm very optimistic about it. So this is Grenier. Thank you for taking the time watching my video, and have an awesome weekend.